iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome along, everyone. Apologies, some minor gremlins in the system. So we head to Daytona, round 4 of the season. Just going to take this one, though. Remains to be seen. Apologies about the rustiness in the system. This will be my 6th hour of broadcasting today. But my golly, the class is going to be 2 Fords, 5 Chevys. But who's going to take it? Let's find out together, folks. Good practice underway. Some of the newcomers to this series. Let's take a little look in. Oh, there's one of them, Larry Johnson. Interesting to see how he gets on today. The other one, also in the pits, James Conley. There he is in the 24 machine. The 2 Fords, the 2 newcomers, the 2 young pretenders. But will they walk away with victory here tonight at Daytona? There's only one way to find out. We are approximately 40 seconds, so 20 seconds away from qualifying beginning. Who's going to clinch pole for round 4 of the season? Some of the drivers out on track. There's Ham and Irwin. Around this current circuit. Cowboys asking, but are they teammates? Well, will they be working together? Let's find out. We're not far away from finding out. Let's check a flag out in practice, and we're going to head across into qualifying now. That's the system. Well, look, Jake's Ham, you just can't keep his face away from this one, can you? Qualifying back to begin very, very shortly. And then we get to find out. Great to have you on board, Jake Ham, in the chat. Who's going to head out first, though? Well, this one, Kevin Irwin. There he goes. And thanks to Kevin bringing along one of the sponsors for this series. Bayview, Shade and Blind. Make sure you check them out. Also, Cyber and Data Protection. protecting all of your needs for your business when it comes to your customers' data and also your own data. And of course, we've got the likes of Dead Daddy, Motorsports, Dangerous.net, brilliant image rendering services that they provide, and of course that legend that is Tim Cox Media. Esports commentary. I do love your face, Jake. He's found a way to cover it up. So Erwin's going to be the first driver taking his flying lap. So let's ride on board with him. See what sort of linings he takes around here. Not electing to go for the first lap to really wind it up, run around the high side, goes down low early on. Is that going to cost him? Wow, we're not far away from finding out. Store, saying, hey Jake, guess what I brought in the grocery store? Well, I'm going to guess it's going to be some ham or a ham sandwich. So Erwin's going to be first across the line. What's it going to be for him? Is it going to be one and done here? First time on the board. And I think he might have gone faster than Thompson potentially. He's going to be second across the line. Yes, he is. We didn't check in with Thompson, see what line he was pulling on this opening lap. There is another one of our newcomers there. Larry Johnson, who slaps it on pole provisionally with his first flying lap at 44.205. Also heading out onto their first attempts. James Connolly, who's electing to go for that high line there. Winding up the beast. And I think Ham's electing to do the same. What's Bobby Ross doing? Well, he's going to dip down low. And Thompson, when doing so, goes to provisional pole. Ross heads to second. Incredibly tight times there, Ham. Well, bottom of the pile, but does have to go again. Johnson improves, moves up a place. Those two Fords locking out the second row as things look at the moment. Wow. Is Thompson going to hold on to that pole position? We're not far away from finding out at all, folks. Bobby Ross, absolute fly purple in the first sector. Is this going to be a new pole lap? Well, let's find out together, folks. And it is. Displaces Thompson, and Thompson demoted there as Ham. The two good friends, Ham and Ross, locking out that front row. We're not going to have an all-Ford row 2 with, of course, Thompson demoted. That means that Larry drops to 4th, but remains on the second row. Connolly finds himself down to the 3rd row with Kevin Erwin. Oh, I love the chat. I love the chat on YouTube. Always brings great fun and entertainment. There he is, one Bobby Ross. He's going to start from pole, ladies and gentlemen. And now we sit and wait. 30 seconds. Of course, under the lights here at Daytona. Is there any other way to do it? How not electing to go out and qualify. We'll start from the back. This was no times registered. In fact, at one point, Ross and I think it was Johnson held exactly the same time, 43.87 for tops. For Ross, found that extra 10th within him. Well, to kill off this time, check flag out. I was going to say let's take in a bit of Jake Ham, but no. As everything just sorts itself out. And we head across into the race session. Let's take a little look through our grid here today, folks. Let's see how the runners and riders line up. As for confirmation, Ross on the front row with J Cam. Thompson, after holding provisional pole for most of the session, demoted to the second row and 3rd place. He starts the next newcomer, Larry Johnson. James Conley, another of the newcomers. Nice newcomers in Fords. So that's next to Kevin Irwin. Jimmy Howard starting it from the rear. Just how he likes it. That's not a rumour. It's true. Everyone lining up in pit road. Ross Thompson getting in there early. Likewise. James Conley and Kevin Irwin. What are we going to see here today, folks? Are we going to see some of these drivers maybe just take the fight to this and really scrap this out? Or I'm going to see a new victor here today. Remains to be seen. 55 laps from Daytona. Who takes it? Just waiting for last few drivers to head to the grid. There's Ham. Slotting in, waiting on Howard. I mean, he has got a casual 20 seconds exactly now in which to do so. Cowboy saying, let's keep track of how many times Larry hits the wall. Well, I feel we need a bit of some sort of sound notification for that one. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can find. Maybe this. It's shocking, isn't it? It's better than this. Right, we're off on to the pace lap here. Who's going to take this one, folks? Who's going to take it? Will it be Ham and Ross leading from the front? What can Thompson do? He'll be throwing a bit of a strop because he's starting from the second row. Guarantee that one. Well, we can see someone come from the rear like Jimmy Howard to secure his first win of the season. Cowboys guessing that Larry will hit the wall 11 times. Let's keep note. I'm going to leave that to yourself, Cowboys. He's on board with Jimmy Howard. Taking in the gyro angle there. Of course, lights out on the pace car, indicating it will be in this lap. The one and done. Lap to get us rolling here from Daytona. 55 laps. Pace car will be pulling in incredibly shortly. As let's get ready to go racing, folks. Waiting for the green. Here it comes. As we are away with Bayview Shade and Blind. For round 4 from Daytona. Thompson straight down that low line. Keeping half an eye on the... No one in the wall yet, so you're okay, Cowboys. You're all okay. Now it's all about just winding down the clock. Until about 5 to go. Howard making some progress early on, though. They're going to fall into the back. How many cautions are we going to have today? I think that's probably one of the crucial questions. Plays it safe. We could go green all the way here. But expect the pushing, the shoving to begin as this race builds to crescendo. The argy-bargy beginning in spite starting from the back. How up to 4th now. Up on that high line there. And it's the 2 Fords to the front of Johnson and Connolly. Connolly on the low line in that 2 machine. 24 of Connolly up high. work together, almost swapping around there. Dipping back down. Sort of rules dodgeball. Dip, duck, dodge, dive, and dodge again. And Howard is starting for the rear, up 5 places already into second. Well, second stroke third, he's jostling for that with Connolly in that 24. But at the front of that train, on the high line, we stick it out. Of course, these cars, these classic NASCARs, do have tendency to wear through their tyres. That becomes, the pace will drop, it will become harder and harder. Of course, it's the rescanned version of Daytona. I thought we were going to make that freeway. I thought that's brave. That is ambitious so early on, and Thompson moving out with his friend Howard right now. Ross and Hans, like starting from the front row, fallen into that third row. Maybe a bit of fuel saving going on here, of course. The drivers will have to stop. Ham moves up onto the high line, does have Erwin tucked right behind him. And that high line really going to work right now. He's trying to get some better angles of this as they come down the back straightaway. And right now, it's that 2 of Johnson being left all by himself on the low line. He's up top. They go to work once more. Really, the pushing crews. So much. That's Thompson in the wall. That is Thompson in the wall. Oh, and he keeps it together. But he's going to fall off the pace. And you can see everyone walking away. He's out of slipstream range, and that is going to be one long, long evening for Thompson. He may have the Turkish teeth tonight. It's going to be one long evening in Florida. So, one out of the equation. Who takes it? Well, they've clearly spotted that one. And Howard into the lead from the back to the front, and he's done it in 6 laps. The 37 leads for Chevrolet. Still those 2 Fords. Putting their nose in, but they really, really aren't wanted. And is Thompson going to get away with this one? Has he somehow held on to the coattails? How has he managed that one? Back from the dead comes Thompson. And side drafting Erwin as they head through the tri-oval. Wow, Thompson, sorry, Howard heading back up high once more. It's going to allow Johnson at that low line just to come through. Nobody coming with Howard. Actually, scrap that. Here comes Ham up high. Ross stays down low. Howard ducks in. They move one to one long snake. The Ford's back to the front once more. Here on lap 8. How did Thompson not fall off the train? Lives to fight another day. Still in with a shout here. Still in the fight. Back up to third now. Johnson leads from Howard, from Thompson. Your top 3. And on to lap 8. No, lap 9, sorry. Winding down the clock here at Daytona. And Erwin just falling back a little bit at this stage. Maybe looking for the run, just trying to observe what's going on up front here. Brilliant images from the drone cam. Really get an impression for exactly how this is being played out here. And Ross there just maybe looking to dip it into 3 wide. Backs out of it though. Down the back straight away we go on lap 10. And interestingly, maybe this can't be a brake cooling thing. Why Ross is just hanging out so wide and getting that car in some clean air, but it's official. We've lost one. Win. Down to the back. Off the pace and being dropped now like a stone. He needs that full course yellow to bring him back into that fight. 1/5 race distance complete now. Lap 11. Who's got this within him? And so far, Cowboy, you expected for Larry to hit the wall 11 times. Well, at this rate, he's got wants to burn. Not in the wall so far. The only victim into the wall so far has been Thompson. Everyone just calmed down at this stage of the race. Up in the grandstands, looking down at them, heading around at full chat. It just shows the power of the draft, doesn't it? How much Irwin has been dropped. Up onto the high line goes Connolly. It gives you a pressure when you're this high up, just how much you can see here at Daytona. As they head down the back straight away, but it looks to me like a bit of a change around here. And here comes Thompson for the lead on 13. After leading laps, Johnson moves to second, and get the feeling it's going to be third very, very quickly. So we're still green here from Daytona. Oh, there's a bit of an issue in the background. Howard in the wall. Oh, and it's all gone wrong after the great start from the back. See if we can try and see exactly how this one panned out here. So is the 24 into the wall? Did he clip him? No, this may be a little bit earlier on. Well, the 24 then got a great run. Oh, there's what they merged together, but no, they're okay there. We've had the yellow flag. Oh, and he just came down and tapped Howard, who came back up the track. Amazingly, did not catch Connolly. We have our first caution of the evening. That's how it limps his Chevrolet back home. Let's see how it was called. Looks like, well, this is good news for Kevin Irwin though, because it looks like we've been triggered due to him moving slowly around the track. New tyres for Howard. And with no one else pitting so far, Thompson's still picking up the pace car, ironically. Drivers do have a fast repair available to them. Being utilised so far. Larry Johnson, not in the wall, cowboy. There we go. Thompson has picked up the pace car. Here comes Irwin. What a sight for sore eyes. That pace car and that yellow was for him. As the cyber and data protection pace car came out due to an incident between Conley and Howard. Howard, I think, came into the pits under caution. He couldn't really limp around when the pits were closed. So he is one lap down. Let's face it, he couldn't keep that car going around any much longer, so maybe it was worth taking the penalty. It's back to the pack, he comes. Conley in pit road? No, still limping that car around, interesting. As into the pits comes absolutely everyone, pouring in. And the wounded Conley heads in as well. Now, of course, he's already been and done his. Now, he's going to have one lap less fuel, albeit not at full race pace compared to everyone. Locking the brakes into his pit box comes Ross there. Oh, and overshooting his box comes Conley. Not what he would have hoped for. We'll get away with it being under caution here, though. We'll get away with it. See everyone having their left side tyres done, pretty much all getting going here. Out of pit road they come. Howard getting the lucky dog, going to put him back on the lead lap. That could be crucial for him and his aspirations this race. Conley still in pit road, of course. Where's in last? And also overshot his pit box, so we'll have lost time from that. He may be here electing for the manual repair rather than the fast repair. Can't quite work out from this angle if that car's up on its jacks. No, it's not. So at the caution, Ross leads from Ham, from Johnson, from Thompson, from Irwin. That's your top five. Howard back into the pits. Well, he stopped out on track. On pit entry. Is he waiting for everyone to come past? Thompson into pit road again. Howard gets going once more. Is Thompson going to top his fuel up here? I mean, this is interesting tactics. It's bold. It's brave. With so much of this race to run. Could be the wise move. Now, has he unticked his tyres? Or elected to try and fix some more of that damage. Not utilise his fast. Oh, he's another set of tyres. That's got to be a mistake, surely. It's got to be. After already replacing his tyres on the previous stop, which was only one lap ago. Drivers are limited on tyres. Of course, still remains on the lead lap. Connolly and Howard one lap down. Each of them. Has Connolly got the lucky dog, maybe? And racing around the circuit to join back up with the pack. Let's have a look. Lights out on the pace car, so it's going to be in this lap. There you go, confirmation for you. Well, Thompson ain't showing registering the one. No, he's taken that second stop. It's because we haven't been around another lap for it to click in. Truly. Where is Conley? There we go. Just gets himself back up onto the back of the pack. How about one lap down? But with more cautions, I'm sure, still to come. Not the end of the world. Let's get ready to go racing again, folks. We are green once more from Daytona. Here we go. Will it be green all the way? Oh, and just getting a little bit loose there. I mean, the best thing Howard could do, is get himself to the, well, he'll get the lucky dog, so he doesn't need to get himself to the front. So in the event of a yellow, it laps himself. Is that on his side, but needs to have that extra caution as Johnson moves to the front. And the two Fords go to work once more. On the high line, Johnson and Conley to the lead. They sweep down onto the low line. People moving around in the back there. Side by side as they look to switch around, but they don't do it. That low line keeps moving on through like the freight train. Up to the top comes Conley. Tries to grip the draft to Johnson. Truly working. Quite yet. Howard to the front. So though he's actually at the front, he's not leading this one. Because he is one lap down, but he has unlapped himself. On board with Ross. Look at the run Owen's going to get here. Moving down low. Before he got the run, he was going to get it done, but no, hung out to dry. Nobody comes with Irwin. At the back of the field. Meanwhile, Ross moves to the front. That Ford domination broken yet again. Oh, and he's gone, he's gone, he's gone. Has he held it? Yes, he has. Somehow, no, and he's been collected by Ham, who collects Thompson, who collects Irwin. And the big Morn once again at Daytona. And we go. Our second caution of the evening. Well, that's going to mix things up a lot. There's the Daytona protection pace car called out once more for this yellow flag incident. You see how already spinning, caught Ham, and a full chat. Irwin comes flying through. Collecting Thompson, collecting Ham. Let's see if we can get her on board. Let's have a bit of a look. Maybe that might give us a few more. From Irwin's perspective, so you see, oh, the big clatter there from Ham on Howard, who did well to hold it. We'll watch it again. It's full pace. And these cars just do not stop. Nothing he could have done around there. So how odd pit exit, interestingly. Getting up and running once more. And into the pits comes absolutely everyone. Thompson, of course. Oh, no, the fake from our top three there. Wow. So he made it out like they were all heading in for flicking back up the track. Sam gets going. Thompson still sat there. Did not see if he took tyres. As Irwin remains in pit road. There comes Howard. Unlapping him? Is he unlapping himself? He's one lap down now. Still. Knowing there's bound to be another caution. Does he change up his tactics? Does he sit at the back? Or does he move himself forward? Get to the front. And I'll lap himself that way. I mean, with being one lap down, it's a bold strategy. Thompson electing to use the road bus stop there. Well, it looks like to me is Irwin. No, he's not going to be one lap down. He has got going again. Man out of Wisconsin. It's out. Lights still on the pace car. Not in this lap. We'll keep an eye on it when it heads across the line. If they go out the lights, it means we'll be going green next time around. I mean, it was a bold call from Howard, but just lost the race so easily to do in these cars. As, yep, lights out, pace car in this lap. Dangerous.net. Well, folks, don't know about you. Who's going to take this one? As we're just under half race distance. Plenty of time on our side. We've got an hour and 15 to get this one done. Currently at the 24-minute mark, so a half race distance, half the time, well, less than half the time. We're still good to go. And two there, just starting to play mind games right now. Johnson. And Cowboys, you're saying, you know, is he going to get in the wall? Well, so far tonight, the only driver to pretty much not put it in the wall, other than Ross, or be involved in any form of incident, has been Johnson. Connolly got caught up a little bit of the early one with Howard, which brought out our first yellow of this evening. Freudian looking to add another victory to his name here in this championship. Better way to do it though. What's his home race of the season? Let's see from body language on Howard's car. He's ready to go. This pace car pulling in very, very shortly. We get underway once more with the Bay View Shade and Blind. Daytona 55 here in XSLR, round 4 of the championship as we are green and we are racing once again. How it's just dropping off the back here. This early stage. That's the strategy for him, just sit and ride this one out, pray for another yellow. The back, at least you can see everything that's happening in front of you. Thompson moving low, moving high, trying to find that line. It's going to work best right now. Makes it free wide, squeezes in the middle of Ross and the two of Johnson. Oh, Johnson in the wall, Johnson in the wall. Holds it together though. And there you go, Cowboy. First one of this evening for Johnson in the wall. Conley leads for Ford though. Oh, lap 29. Ironically, the 24 did not lead lap 24 as we go free wide once more. Ross involved yet again. Are they going to make it 4? No, they're not. They remain 3. Thompson getting buffeted by Irwin a little bit as Ham takes control of the proceedings. Moves out in front. He'll move low. He'll help Ross and pull him through into second. And now the 24 of Conley after leading. At this stage, last lap, now drops to the back of the pack. Oh, in the wall is Irwin and saves it. Not a bad one, just a bit of a skim. Now it says, I've had enough of this. Don't want to be part of it again. Been involved in all... Well, both of the collisions that we've had so far, and where has Thompson come from? Making progress with those top two, starting to put some fresh air. 3 tenths the gap between themselves and Johnson in second. Who has this one? Who's got it, folks? Lap 31 out of 55. It's the second of the 2 super speedways in the road oval section of the championship. Final round of road ovals tonight as we head to the road. And it calms down once more, but you know full well when things calm down here, they're only a moment away from kicking off as Irwin falls off the back, out of draft range. Didn't hurt him last time. Here comes Johnson to the front once more. After hitting the wall only 2 laps ago, it's not harming things as he elbows Ham up into the wall, who collects Conley, and it's all gone round, and this is surely going to be another caution. Yes, it is. Ham spinning. Irwin involved too. Wow, big moments here indeed. Let's see if we can get exactly what happened here and fold it. What already happened there? We'll rewind it back and so Ham put up into the wall, sent those 2 spinning. Irwin coming through. Oh, and it's a sliding car in the 24 of Conley. Nowhere to go. Get it from an Elwin's perspective. Because he was at the rear. You see this all evolving in front of him. The chaos kicking off. Oh, no. Wasn't sure. Pick left, pick right, stay where he was. Well, into the pits because so many of our drivers, as you can imagine, Ross, Ham, Irwin, and Conley all in too. It's top three all heading out. Conley, well, there we go, just heading out now. Johnson and Thompson made their way through. Howard getting the wave around under the lucky dog. The 3 cautions we've had so far. They've come pretty much once every 10 laps as well, on average. Yeah, this first caution that he was not caught up in. To the back of the pack, but it's constantly going on the pits before Howard came around. However, it's good news for him. Back on the lead back lap, back in the fight for Howard. Look from Johnson's point of view there. Lights still on the pace car. Check and see, folks, if it's going to be in this time. Will it go out? And yes, it does. We go green next time around. How interestingly into the pits, though. Splash and dash, maybe? Drivers do have 3 sets of tyres available to them, and he goes for another set, does Howard. It's going to give him the grip, going to give him the run. Well, I would say compared to everyone else, but it was Johnson and Thompson who did not stop. Meanwhile, up front, I mean, how it will catch these guys, as much as they're heading down the far end of the back straightaway, he will catch them very, very quickly. Enough time before we go green here from Daytona in Florida. It's the cyber and data protection pace car in this lap. We look to go green for the 4th time this evening. Here in the Bayview Shade and Blind 55 Daytona. I would say we would go green all the way, but the way that has shaped up, the way it has looked at this stage, gotta say, it's not going to happen. Pace car in once again as we get ready to go racing. As we're green, we are away. Johnson lighting it up. Caught everyone else unawares. I'm going to leave it things here for Ross and Thompson to squabble away over second place, but 24 moving up high with Thompson. Here comes Ross. Well, the old Fakero picking all the lines, picking the strats right now is Ross, and it's going to catapult him into the lead. Thompson swoops down at the 2 after leading us onto the green lap. Drops back to 4th, make it 5th as here comes Ham, making it rain. Down low and through. But don't just credit Howard. He's still got a place to play in this game. So is Erwin. Tua Johnson up high, won't get any help, won't get any slipstream. He'll fall through to the back as the 7 and the 37 make their way through, or do they? Because the 37 holds back. No one to draft off of, and have to slot in behind the 2. Looking angst up front once more. Oh, and Erwin squeezed the bump and run from the 2 of Johnson. Well, Howard let Erwin back in. Up front, though, Ross and Thompson moving around, trying to get the mental games playing out right now. Surely it's going to be early for that. Fit 17 from the end. On board with Erwin. You really see how Conley in that 24 just moving up high there, utilising that run, but then gets stuck. Oh, Ham has got being collected. He's been caught by Erwin, but it's Erwin who's around. He comes off the victim in the situation, and surely we will be going yellow once more. There we go. So we go yellow with Dead Daddy Motorsport in the Bayview and Shade and Blind Daytona 55. Let's have a little look at things from Erwin's perspective. It's all happening in front of him. Well, that's the previous incident. Hold on, folks. Hold on. Sincere apologies. Let's take a look. Well, it already happened there for Erwin. Jimmy Howard lives to fight another day, yet again. And how did Ham survive that one? Erwin with no front end will have to pit, otherwise he is out of contention. What will everyone do? Will they pit? We saw this before from Ross. Dip down low, made it look like... there we go. We're just catching out Conley in that 24, who thought he was going to stay in. Howard continues on to Thompson in once more. Now this guy's going to run out of tyres, surely. There can't be any spare sets left for him. Where is he getting these from? Where? I know, it's the old joke of where does the king keep his armies? Up his sleeveys, but Thompson keeping about 58 million sets of tyres up his sleeveys right now. Slow out of the box though, but he gets out just in front of Johnson in that too. When still on pit road, will have utilised his fast repair. That could well be a retirement or at least out of contention for Erwin. Here come the straddlers, making their way out, of course. After tonight, we do have a 2 weeks break for Thanksgiving. But we kick things off on the road. Heading to Road America and Summit Point before a 3-week break for Christmas. After that, we'll be concluding the road section with Monza on the combined. So that's the oval and the road course, but there will be no chicanes. Be in the Masteramic 5s for that one. Hockenheimring rounds things out before we then get stuck into the dirt road in the Pro 4 trucks, heading to Crandon for a 1 week break. There's Wild Rest, Bark River, that'll be rough, and Irwindale on the figure of 8. That will be one not to miss. That is for sure. And then we round things out in the 410s. Eldora, Lucas Oil, USA International and Knoxville. Taking us way beyond Easter. Connolly leads. Lights out on the data and protection pace car. That's in this lap. We've got 13 laps. That'll be 12 laps when they cross the line to get the job done. Oh, deep breath, folks. Good news for Kevin Irwin fans. It's got out and running once more, but that looks like there's a front end still missing. So he will have to stay in the draft. And as soon as he half loses it, not fully half, he will be out of the equation. Needs to stay right on the coattails of someone. Supreme accuracy and precision driving required from Irwin. If he wants to stand any chance, come the checkered, of being in the fight for victory. Out of 4 we go, out onto the tri-oval. Cyber and data protection, pace car in now. Ross controls the pace. Let's get ready to go racing. The Bayview, Shade and Blind. Daytona 55, and they're already into one another across the line. Thompson onto the grass. Well, that was messy. And luckily, due to the slow start from everyone, Thompson is still in the equation. But there's going to be damage to Connolly. He lit at the rears. And that's what caused that one under green. Let's have a little look back at the start. Oh, well, he just didn't get going and ham it straight into the back of him, which started everything off. But it's bunched, spaced everyone out here. Ham and Conley are both into the pits. Can't carry on. Irwin comes in too. But look who's in second. The man caught up in the first 2 cautions of the night. It's Jimmy Howell. Ross in front. Johnson behind. A debut podium incoming for Johnson, maybe, who leans on him. Looking for the bump draft, and he's turned Howard's in the wall. And that's surely going to bring out the yellow. And as he's parked it on the grass, it won't. And he jumps to the pits. Howard out in front. Johnson can't catch him. He's just about in slipstream range, but there's got to be damage to that Ford. There's got to be. Can he catch Ross? Take away the victory from him. Thompson, well, he's well down, but he's in a bubble by himself. Looking like he's going to hit the podium. And Johnson is catching bit by bit. Half a tenth at a time, just nibbling away. He's got 10 laps to catch Ross. He'll be there well before then. You see from the drone. Down the back straight away, 2 tenths is all the margin is. Conley and Ham, interestingly, catching up with one another. That could be interesting for race for fourth, although the pair of them both a lap down. It's all about the fight for the lead. Who's going to take this one? Johnson now within distance, and surely just needs to sit there to bide his time, to wait, to play this one out. And then the run to the line, and victory on his debut for Larry Johnson and for Ford in the 2. Could well be incoming. Erwin and Howard in the pits. Howard looking like a retirement. No, definite retirement. Erwin surely has to be too. Erwin is not catching Conley and Ham. Yeah, let's take a look at where they are. So yeah, that's how close those two are right now. On board with Thompson. Close as you like between those two. Just sit tight, Larry Johnson, and this will be yours. Needs to time it to perfection though. Needs to make it work. That run to the line just have damage to the front left already. That could happen, that run to the line, you know. This is still not done and dusted. It's not all over for Ross. All it takes is one mistake from Johnson. But the pressure is definitely on Ross. He feels like a sitting duck with 5 to go in the Bayview and Bayview Daytona 55. What does Ross do? He's surely going to favour that inside line. In the closing stages, say to Johnson, yeah, do you know what? If you want this, you've got to do it the hard way. You've got to come right around the outside. You need to get your run right. You need to get it to perfection. It's just mid-corner there. A little bit of a twitch from Ross. And Johnson has a bit of a look. He weighs up the situation with 4 to go. Here from Daytona. Has another bit of a look, tries to work it out. Can I get the run? Can I make this work? Am I only good enough for second here? Can I beat Bobby Ross in the 33? he pull out and test the waters once more? Yes, he does. Backs out of it, just lifts out the throttle, gets out of it, tucks back in behind their 33. Ford versus Chevrolet. Here we go, folks. And here comes Johnson in the 2 in the Ford. Going up high, and there you go. That's how close he got across the line. 1,000th of the second. And in favour of Johnson, I think, but Ross down low just going to work here. Deep in this race, there's Conley and Ham swapping around. That's why Ham leaving the door open, Conley heading down low. But these two, all or nothing, all on the line. Who's going to claim that last oval victory of the series? If you're Johnson, you've tried it last lap, you saw what happened. You've got to give it a go once more. Well, you're going to wait. There we go. Did Ross not quite close enough, but Ross just leaving the door open, just showing him, do you know what? Maybe it is, or just teasing him with it. I got to wonder as well, what is Ham planning to do with his? And Johnson can, in that too, can just afford to run that high line right now. Can afford to conserve his tyres. Has another try. And there you go. He is ahead across the line by 100th of a second. So he says to himself, yeah, okay, right, I knew that works. We've got 2 to go. I'm going to take the white flag next time. And then I wait. There's Irwin there out on track. They come side by side. They almost touch. Is this too early? If Johnson goes for this, surely Ross has seen what's happened. Ross should back out of this and wait for it, but he's not going to have enough time because he'll kill off his momentum. I don't think he'll be able to catch up as they split the difference, surely, with Irwin. Oh, and they current off of Irwin. And off goes Johnson. He collects Irwin. And this is going to be the easiest white flag lap of his life for Bobby Ross. Johnson around. There goes Thompson through. And what was a shot at victory for Larry Johnson now ends in disaster, and he could finish off the podium. As Conley, going very, very slowly, Ham through. There is Johnson. Ham is 30 seconds back, but that time is diminishing. It's down to 15 seconds. On a lot of damage on Johnson's car. Surely Ham is going to pick up an absolutely easy 3rd place, but across the line with the victory, Bobby Ross wins the Bayview Shade and Blind Daytona 55. Thompson finishes 2nd, and Ham has done it. He's got it past the wounded Johnson. It's Conley going incredibly slow as well. So is Johnson. Wow. What a race. There comes Ham to round out the podium. We'll have a chat with our drivers very, very shortly. Ooh, well, I did not see that one coming. Did you? Don't lie. You never did. As everyone cools down their laps, we'll have a chat to some of our drivers shortly. We'll have a chat first off while he's waiting. Larry Johnson there. Larry, I mean, looking good coming on to that final lap. Do you think you went a bit too soon? Pushed it a bit too hard early?
I knew I was fast enough to get around him, so I was kind of testing the waters. so that on the last lap or two I might be able to get around. And felt like I had a good chance, and I don't know, that lapper just stayed right in line, so I tried to shoot for the middle, and kind of felt like he turned right down into me.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a look at that in the replays in a bit. But I mean, were you not tempted just to leave it until that run to the line on the very last lap, knowing you would have cleared past everyone, or was it a case of get to the front and then just try and hug that inside line?
Yeah, it was more of trying to get to the front because he was making it really tough to get past him. Unless I timed it exactly perfect, then I could get a run on the outside and get across the line first.
Well,
But I wasn't sure I was going to get that opportunity, so I was trying to get to the front. And
well,
then also, I wanna add in there real quick. I did get into a guy. I'm not sure who it was because I'm new to this league, but I want to apologize to him. I was trying to sink in behind him, and right when I went, I think he checked up, and I got into his right rear. So I feel really bad for him.
well, I'm gonna add more insult to injury on this one, Larry, because each time you tried it, my friend, to make the pass and put the feelers out, you crossed the line before Bobby Ross. So,
Yeah.
but we've got the benefit of seeing that from the outside and through multiple camera angles. But never mind. I mean, would have been a great debut win. Unlucky for some. Fourth in the end, though. Larry Johnson there in the number 2 machine. Well,
Well, I had a lot of fun. Appreciate it, and hopefully I'll learn from that one and do a little better on the next one.
well, we will see you then. Indeed, Larry. Congratulations and commiserations at the same time. Let's have a bit of a chat to another one of our drivers. First off, let's have a chat to our race victor here today. We'll we're just moving him across. We'll get together some of the footage here of our race winner, Mr. Bobby Ross. Bobby, wow, I mean, that was tough. It looked like a real war of attrition out there.
Oh my gosh! I thought for a moment we were going to reenact the '79 Daytona 500 with Cale Yarbrough and Donnie Allison, with us being taken out, and Adam gets the win.
Well, I mean, it was so close. I mean, you must have felt like a sitting duck in those closing laps.
It definitely was, because I think Larry had fresher tires at the end. I was kind of banking on another caution to go, because I still had one set of tires to use at the end. And and towards the end, when I saw Kevin Irwin coming up, I tried giving and going blah blah blah, so be side by side, have a close finish. And I don't know what happened, if who maintained whose line or whatnot, but yeah, I'll take a win, and I guess that makes up for missing last week's race.
Well, that it does indeed, my friend. That it does indeed. I mean, it was a good job that you collided in the way that you did, because each time he tried to get past you at the line to test the waters, he was across the line before you. It ranged from 1,000th of a second to 100th of a second at each time of him trying. But hey, that's racing for you, and you held on somehow, some way, and got through. And, well, I mean, surely that's got to be a big weight off your shoulders.
Definitely. At least I got one win off. Got to check that off and see if I can crawl my way back up to the standings.
Well, it's a long old season. We've still got another 12 rounds to go. Congratulations, your race winner, Mr. Bobby Ross.
Shake and bake. Thank you, Tim.
No problems as always. Right, let's have a bit of a chat to... we'll get in our second place driver very shortly. What's happened? Oh, bit of a moment there. We'll let's move it across and we'll sort out who's going to be second. Well, Adam Thompson, my friend. Adam Thompson. I mean, what a race that was. I mean, surely you could not have expected that outcome for yourself come the end. Well, there you go. He is rendered speechless As always. There we go. I will catch up with him shortly. Next up, I'll tell you what, let's have a bit of a chat to another of our drivers. We will drag in third place, Mr. Jake Ham. And we'll have a bit of a chat to him. Jake, can you hear me?
Hey!
There we go. The ham sandwich himself. Well, I mean, became a bit of a war of attrition out there, didn't it, towards the end?
Hey, I will take it. I mean, there was some bumping and moving and shoving out there, and some people trying to stick stuff where it shouldn't be stuck. And I will take that third place, though.
I mean, surely you looked at your relative and thought, right, okay, the best I can get out of this is fourth, and then all of a sudden, you just see that time just tumble left, right, and centre. I mean, just talk us through it all, those last lap or so.
Yeah, because I don't remember who I was back there with. Was it James or something? I think I was
Yeah,
back there
James
with
Conley.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was in the draft, and I knew what he was doing. He kept on running. He was practicing on how he was going to take me on the last lap. I just knew that was going to happen. And so I'm like, I got to slow down, let this guy by. And then he woed up, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And then I don't know if he just kind of pulled away or what happened there, but I know he fell out of the draft. And then out of nowhere, I'm like, what's going on? Like, where Larry's coming back here? And then I saw him in the corner, and I just flew right on by him, and I'm just glad I didn't hit him, actually. I think it got a little bit closer than what it should have been. But I will take a top 3 out of a disastrous race.
Well, before then, let's talk about some of the incidents you got caught up in, largely not your own fault. A few elbows out there at times, I mean, and then getting collected a couple of times. I mean, but there was one I really wanted to talk to you about. Kevin Irwin tapped you from behind. I think it was our third or fourth yellow that we had of the evening. And I mean, how did you hold on to that one? I mean, he started to get a little bit loose. He really thumped you, but it was him that ended up in the wall, and you somehow collected it.
Yeah, I attested to racing these cars in officials, and this is pretty much what I spend my time in. Outside of leagues, this is the only car I pretty much race, and so I know how to recover a little bit better than some others, but honestly, a lot of luck there. I mean, I was super surprised I didn't end up spinning out or hooking right and smashing the wall, so I got pretty lucky there.
Oh, that you did indeed, my friend. That you did indeed. But, well, congratulations. It's a pride third place, but nonetheless a third place. That's Jake, the ham sandwich, there for you viewers. And, well, we'll see if we can grab in second place finisher, Mr. Adam Thompson. Adam, are you there? Can you hear us?
Hey, there we go.
Well, I mean, that was tough out there. I mean, a few times you fell to the back. I mean, where were you getting so many sets of tyres from? It seemed like you had about 58 million sets you changed, including what was going on there where you pitted and then took tyres and fuel, and then a lap later did exactly the same again, and I think it was caution too.
I don't want to talk about the second pit stop where I came in to get gas and accidentally took tires as well. So that's what screwed me there. So I had one set of tires left, and I had a set that only had one caution lap on them. So that one hurt a little bit, but I was able to, thank God there were cautions at the end because those tires were turning into lava pretty quickly. But I was able to come in again and take that third set on about lap 40 and run them for about 15 laps, which was good enough. Would have been good enough to, if things didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, it was treacherous out there at times. I mean, what was your strategy? Was it just try and stay alive for 50 laps and then, run it a bit harder for the last 5? Or were you trying to try and lead this one, control it from the front?
I was talking to these guys about super speedway races, and, everyone has a strategy that they think will win them a super speedway race, but none of the strategies work. It's basically just hoping you stay alive and just race, which is good and bad about super speedways. There really isn't much strategy. Some people try to stay in the back. Some people try to stay in the front. But as you guys saw tonight, there is no place where you're safe.
And well, I mean, do you prefer it in the front or the back?
Is this an innuendo or is this an actual question?
It's always an actual question with me.
Okay, the question is definitely in the front then, I think.
Fantastic.
Maybe the back.
Maybe the back. I mean, sometimes it's good to come from the rear. Sometimes it's good to leave from the front. But either way, you got stuck in the middle and you ended up with second. A surprise second, but nonetheless a second. Congratulations, Adam Thompson. There. Well, that's looking, folks. Like all we've got time for here today. What a race. Let's have a little look into things. What did we come to experience here today? I haven't got my usual music ready, which is me slacking. Let's face it. Can we find it quickly? Let's give it a go. Should we give it a go? Why not? I bet I can't. I bet I can't. It's all gone to pot. Here we go. No, we've got it. No, we can't because I'm not sure which file it is. But anyway, cautions aplenty. Drama, excitement. It kept us on the edge of our seats right to the very end. Numerous cautions. Surprise winner. Surprise second and definitely a surprise third place. As Windows thinks I want to claim some free points. I'm off to go and do that. But we won't see you. Will we see you next week? What did we say? The calendar. Let's have a little look. We have got a bit of a break coming in shortly. As next time out, we do head out onto the roads. Yes, we've got a 2 weeks break for Thanksgiving. Holiday I don't get to observe over here in the fair states of United Kingdom. Well, it's not a state, it's a democracy. One of the finest nations in the whole world. Before we head to Road America and Summit Point. It's in, well, technically 3 weeks' time we head to Road America. But yeah, Summit Point, then the 3-week Christmas break. I'll see you there when we head to Road America. It's going to be a barnstormer, fast, furious. It's always the case. Big overtakes, big moments and close finishes. That's just another day in XSLR. I've been Tim Cox. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for spending time with me. Make sure you hop around again. Goodbye.